Hey there guys, Adam Time Rod Fishwick here. Now, before I get started in this video, I apologise for my voice. I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm hoping that it doesn't annoy you. I apologise if it does. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the TV movie, Paul Mcgann, The Eighth Doctor. Enjoy. Now, I just bought the Paul Mcgann Eighth Doctor book today, and look at that cover. It looks absolutely amazing. Now, not a lot of people I know, not a big fan of the Paul Mcgann movie. I think it's alright. I would admit it does have its flaws though, but it's a decent thing. It's a decent film. I think Paul Mcgann is amazing. It's just Eric Roberts. I don't think he's that good as the Master. I think if I got to cast the Master in the movie, I would probably cast Hugh Laurie. And if you don't know who he is, he was in Stuart Little. He played the father in Stuart Little. I can't remember the character's name though, but I think he'll be good. So what I'm going to do is just unwrap this book. I'm not going to do like a proper review on the Paul Mcgann movie. I'm just going to show you some stuff on here. So give me a minute to open this. But I will talk a bit about the movie. I was on the video chat with my friends last night, and I told them that I was making this video. And then Aaron said, "Oh, we should make one together." So yeah, I think that would be a good idea to do, Aaron. I'm talking to you directly. But you can do a review about it. I'm just doing a book review. So we got the movie there. It's unwrapped. Don't know why it has Grace on it though. It's only got Eric Roberts on it. So at the back, it says Doctor Who, the TV movie, of course. And it says, in a bid to steal the Doctor's remaining lives, the Master causes the TARDIS to be diverted to Earth at the turn of the century. They're following his regenerations. The Doctor joins forces with Grace Holloway to threat the Master's plan and save the world. So let's go and open this. I'm not expecting to see much of this thing because it's only just a movie. But the thing is, when I get books like these, I always like the new smell of it. So I'm going to smell it. Oh, it's definitely not weird. Oh, that is good. Tell you one thing, it's one Doctor that I've actually completed. And, let's just open it. Look at that here. The Eighth Doctor is actually one of the longest running Doctors. From what I've heard, Paul Mcgann got to play the Doctor for 2 weeks. I could be wrong though. But that's what I heard. Maybe because it ended there and it was off air for a good few years, till 2005. I think that's what makes Paul Mcgann's Doctor the longest. But I'll tell you one thing, it would be brilliant if we had 90s Doctor Who. We would have had more of Paul Mcgann. I would. But it's still good to have him in Big Finish, because I haven't seen much of him in Big Finish, though I still need to get more Big Finish. I've only got the light at the end. But yeah, it would have been good to see him on screen. I think the Night of the Doctor's probably the closest thing we've got. That's one thing I'm happy about Stephen Moffat. He showed it how the Eighth Doctor regenerated, because back then when we were watching Doctor Who, we was all wondering how the Eighth Doctor regenerated into the Ninth Doctor, and I've seen a few of like fan-made ones on YouTube, but they weren't really that good. But I'm glad that we got to see that, so I want to say thank you to Stephen Moffat for that. Thank you, Stephen. That is one thing that you're good about. And it's got like pictures of the movie. It's got Eric Roberts' Master in, which I do not like. I didn't really understand why he was a slithering snake creature. That didn't really make any sense. I think it's because the Doctor took him to Gallifrey and took his remains, and then I think that's what caused him to be a snake. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a decent film. I would admit it's not the best though, but I like it. Yeah, it's a really good film. I'm not sure if John John Nathan Turner, the producer, was still the producer back then. I'm not sure. I think the only thing that probably let the movie down was because it was filmed in America. Yeah, that's a good picture. I like that of the Doctor and Grace. My cousin's called Grace. Just thought to let you know, I could be the 8th Doctor from what you know of. But it would be a bit weird. It would be a bit weird because the Doctor kisses Grace at the end, so that would be a bit weird. And yeah, I've seen this picture here. I've seen pictures of these on YouTube. Well, it's a video, really, of course. Yeah, I think the only other flaw is about it. I don't think a lot of people talk about it, though, that the Doctor was half human. So, not a lot of people talk about that, and I don't blame them. Yeah, it's a good book. It's a good book. I think some people underestimate the movie. And yeah, Paul Mcgann's a great Doctor. I heard that he was, well, it shows all the evidence here though, but Paul Mcgann was wearing a wig when he was playing the Doctor. And from what I've just said about Paul Mcgann being the longest Doctor, it probably beats Tom Baker. I do love you, Tom, though. Oh, there's the different designs of the 8th Doctor's TARDIS. Paul Mcgann's Doctor's TARDIS was good, but I didn't find it amazing though. But fun fact for you, if you don't watch Classic Who, the 7th Doctor didn't have the sonic screwdriver, and the only time he had it was in the TV movie. And I seen a video of Sylvester McCoy at an American convention, and he got asked. He said that before he did his regeneration scene in the movie, he had the sonic screwdriver, but he was pointing it the wrong way around. So yeah, that was fun. That was a bit funny. So I'm guessing that I think that was an embarrassing moment for Sylvester. That looks good. I like that. It's a good book. This decent. It would have been good if we had 90s Doctor Who. That would be good. We probably would we have the War Doctor? I don't think we would. We probably won't have the War Doctor unless if they do think of the Time War. So yeah, I'm so glad that Russell brought it back. It's got some good pictures there of Paul again. Yeah, it's a good film, and you know, if you don't really like the film, that's fair enough though. But I'm hoping that, you know, I'm not forcing you to do it though, but you should go and watch the movie, and because I think some of you probably underestimate the TV movie. I mean, Paul McGann's brilliant. It's just Eric Roberts. It's just the flaws really, and just being in America and that. But as Paul McGann's in it, he's probably like the amazing thing about the movie. Yeah, it's very underrated, the movie, and I think Paul McGann and Colin Baker, they're both underrated Doctors. I just feel so sorry for Paul McGann that he didn't get to be in much Doctor Who. It would have been good if he had his own spin-off of Doctor Who. I don't really want to talk about it. If Doctor Who ever ended, I think we're all dreading that day. That I think Paul McGann should have his own Doctor Who spin-off, so we could see what the 8th Doctor was doing back then. But I think Big Finish are good at doing that. But it would be even more better if we saw the 8th Doctor on screen. I would love to meet Paul McGann sometime. If I do meet him, I'll get him to sign this book because it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, because I've heard that Paul McGann's a really cool guy. And I would love him to see it. I would love to see him return. But as I said, I think Night of the Doctor's probably the best thing we've got from him on screen. I mean, though, I've seen him. The only thing that I've seen him in Big Finishes is the light at the end, and he was absolutely amazing in that. It's just like what would Paul McGann's Doctor? What we would have had such a great Doctor as Paul McGann. He would have. He still is an amazing Doctor though, but he would have been great. He would have been so much more. And yeah, I really think Paul McGann is an underrated Doctor, and I just wanted to put that out there for you guys because, you know, Paul McGann needs to be a bit more appreciated. Because I have a friend called Matthew Phillips, and he adores the 8th Doctor. He's not very much of a classic Who fan, but the only Doctor he goes back to is the 8th Doctor. So got you there, shout out there, mate. And all in all, great book. film the TV movie is a bit underrated, but I'm hoping that you guys should go and watch it. Should go and watch the movie and see what you think this time. But yeah, all in all, it's a great film, great book, as I just said. I'm not forcing you to watch it though, but you know, I would love it if you do though. So yeah, that's basically my Paul McGann Eighth Doctor review book and a bit of the TV movie as well. And I think my other friends, Aaron and Charlie, and I think Alex Goddard, I'm not sure, but whoever, I think they're going to do their own Paul McGann, their own Paul McGann movie, film, yeah, TV movie, The Eighth Doctor. So I think they're going to do their own review. So if they do, you know, you could go and check that out. And yeah, I'm hoping that my voice didn't annoy you, because I'm not going to explain how I got it. So yeah, guys, I shall see you next time, and I'm hoping next time I see you, I won't have this annoying squeaky voice. So I shall see you next time, guys.
Ah, hello. Why not subscribe to Adam Time Lord Fishwick's YouTube channel? It's very good, you know. Goodbye.